Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. We're only a couple of days here into Call of Duty Vanguard, but already there's some major cheating scandal discussions being had on the timeline. We've got also TacSpin potentially being used by some pro players. Some pro players certainly not too happy about that one, but also a Defuse glitch in Search and Destroy apparently getting abused to, well, great effect in some of these online tournaments. I'm very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you could do to help this channel reach more people. Please consider subscribing as well if you haven't already. Obviously, bottom right hand corner, you guys know how it is. This firstly, you guys already saw it, ridiculous 1v4 here from Maple, and I mean, this is just absolutely disgusting. The question is to me, how good are the snipers in this game? I haven't really tried them out too much yet, and I'm not particularly good with the sniper rifle anyway, but hopefully they're not too good, because I think a lot of people saying they get a fair few hit markers, the aim assist might be strong, but it doesn't seem to me like snipers should be that strong in this game. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting though, to be fair, but still, if they're not too strong, then hopefully we get them in competitive, which is I'm sure what a lot of people are hoping for, but I mean, still, just some great clips coming out of the timeline all the time. Wanted to mention this also from the Call of Duty Rec League. When I mentioned this during Cold War, a lot of you guys, I had so many DMs for months afterwards asking me what this was that when I talked about it at the time. So this is what it's called. It's called TAC maps, and effectively what this is it's a way that you can use the map overlays in order to like draw strats on and stuff. So you can you draw where the player should go, and you can like run strats with other players, or like, you know, theoretically run strats and stuff like this using this software. Really cool. A load of people wanted to know what it was during Cold War when I mentioned a Crone tweet that they talked about it at the time. So this is from the COD Rec League. I'll leave this link down below if you guys would like to check it out. There's also like a new feature they added with like some bomb carrier. You can basically like select the bomb carrier or something. So pretty cool. I think this might help some of you guys out. It's stuff like this, right? You can see the overview of the map, and then you can draw strats on and actually play those strats out in real time to see like what the timings are and stuff like this. So I think some people got some great use out of this. So I wanted to give those guys a shout out. Let's talk about this also then from Clayster, right? So a lot of discussion really about the game in its current state. The game is fun. Obviously need some trimming on the attachments. Hopefully we can do something about those destructible environments, right? Because yeah, the walls, the doors, it's I mean, like, honestly, the amount of windows that you can like break down and it kind of like creates a gap in it, it's just, I don't know, like, it's not necessarily for me, that type of Call of Duty gameplay. Hopefully we can change some of that, but maybe the pros will start to adapt to it. But anyway, in general, Clay's having a good time, but some of this stuff is a little bit strange for sure. This also, like, talking about the strange things, this is some exclusive aBeZy finds out that actually a stun grenade, when it hits you, it does 20 damage. Usually it does like 1 damage, but apparently, like, it doesn't actually, not a direct impact, by the way, like an actual just explosion and goes off around you. It does 20 damage. That's absurd. Like, there should be ways that you can finish off loads of players with I suppose, stun grenades if you're using this effectively. This is also that Z puts on the timeline. I thought this was ridiculous here on Eagle's Nest Search and Destroy. It's a 4v1. He goes and gets the bomb down, and a grenade blows up near him, and it's not the grenade that kills him. It's the grenade knocks over this chair, and the chair takes him out. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner right here, like, it says he's killed himself. Not because the nade comes in, but because, I guess the chair hit him and therefore he dies. Like, I don't know what this is. I hope they can fix this, to be honest. If they'd have lost the round because of this, I thought it would have been absurd. But, I mean, yeah, these are just some of the things going on with the game right now. It's kind of funny how things are developing, to be honest. But, well, this I thought was also interesting. We looked at this yesterday, right? Like, the 2-bullet gun says Arcitys this class right now that some people are saying maybe he shouldn't be used in Search and Destroy. And, you know, as well, Sasha says, talking about ATS, we'll have a look at that in just a second. But Simp says this, I don't know, it should be banned, but there's a 7k tourney tomorrow. We ain't in, so everyone should be on an even field. I love the confidence from Simp right out of the gate, saying, yeah, okay, if because we're not there, everyone's on an even field. I'm pretty sure they ended up competing in this tournament anyway, to be honest. But they have lost 1 or 2 tourneys, but relatively few and far between. Generally, they've been pretty much dominating the early part of things. But well, talking about auto tac sprint, we get this from Gunless. If you're a pro using auto tac sprint, you know how the rest of the sentence goes. Now, you know, we saw Slasher talk about it there in that previous tweet as well, saying like, you know, this why are we using these damage rounds versus each other when we know it's not going to be allowed? Same with auto tac sprints. Now, you know, because of course in the previous years we haven't used auto tac sprints, but a lot of pro players this year, the likes of Clayster, Standy, for example, have been saying, and you know, we actually want to use it this year because it protects our hands and whatever. And a lot of well, casual players generally use it anyway, but a lot of people would say it kind of gives a bailout to players with well, not quite as good movement. So it's definitely a big discussion right now. Like Crimsix might say like something like my thumb's my choice or something. I'm not really sure what Crimsix's opinion on the matter is, but anyways, this is a Gunless's perspective. Like, okay, don't use it. But we get this also from Standy. I'm pretty sure he did a tweet right here, kind of saying that he was using it, or which pros are using it alongside me. He then deleted that, and then like Standy says, you know, absolutely it should be allowed or something. So it's definitely a big debate really right now within the pro scene on whether it should be used, whether it shouldn't be used, and all sorts of talk really about you know, in the previous season, for example, at the start of the year when Neptune was supposedly using it. Like, is that considered cheating, right? Because I mean, you're using something that maybe other players don't know that you're using. You can't really police it to any great degree. So it's always always a big discussion, really. But whether it gets GA this year or not, that's of course a big discussion. But I mean, yes, certainly GAs are just around the corner, I'm sure, especially in some of these attachments for some of these weapons that seem to be relatively too strong. This, of course, also from Slasher that follows up with. So Zero says, can't believe I've just grinded a tourney, having the time of my life, to lose to a gun with damage rounds and a perk that gives headshot damage in the chest. That's kind of the class that we just looked at there from Arcitys, I guess. So broken I used it in pubs. Big B shows no mercy, that being Gunless, I guess. You don't care anymore, says Slasher. Haven't touched anything cheesy, I never do. Got people auto-tac sprinting around. So not particularly happy with these pro players that are potentially using this, and I guess he's just considering it cheesy. But you know, some people might go so far to say it's cheating, and well, certainly talking about cheating, this comes into the mix from Mutex yesterday. Now this is one of these glitches that once you know about it, it's pretty much impossible to not notice. So I'm so sorry for doing this, he says, which you know, honestly, like, if there's something that's wrong with the game, like something completely broken in the game, I think like you should honestly just expose it on the timeline. Like, even though it's going to mean more people are doing it and potentially mean you know, things go worse in these tournaments, like and at least by making it available to the public, therefore it's going to put pressure on the developers to actually fix this as soon as possible. So this is what he describes. I'm 100% sure there are people abusing this bomb defusing glitch. I just lost a wager match due to this glitch. Here's how you do it. Please fix it ASAP at Cellium Games. Effectively, you plant the bomb. It says defend right above the bomb. The guy comes up to defuse it, and as soon as the guy picks it up, it says, as soon as he picks it up right here, defusing target A. Now, if he puts it down, it says defend again. Now, if you run around anywhere you want on the map, like you can go so far away, as you can see, if he looks through the wall, you can see it changes him. It's too small for you guys to see, but it comes from defend, and then it changes to defusing target A as soon as he picks it up on the screen right here, and that gives you the clear indication that they're defusing the bomb. Now, apparently a lot of people have been abusing this, like, I mean, this, for example, from Blast, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, simple as that. That's kind of, I think that's a very questionable statement, but anyway, Killer says straight dirtbag mentality, and yeah, Slasher certainly agrees with that one. But anyway, it seems like a lot of players might be abusing this right now, but at the same time, if it literally comes up on your screen when they're defusing, firstly, how does Sledgehammer not see this, like that it was actually going to be an issue? But also, once you know about this, it seems kind of impossible to avoid, right? Because you're always going to be generally looking in the direction of where the bomb is. Like, I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just check it anyway, even though I know he's not on it? Like, it's kind of, once you know about this, it's almost possible not to use it in your own gameplay, if you see what I'm saying. But still, some people are saying, yeah, you're getting cheated on if you're using this against them, if you're just deliberately sitting in a position so that you can just see the bomb defuse and then call out to your teammate to peek it or something. Like, okay, that is definitely cheating to a degree, but it's really kind of an interesting situation, right? So anyway, there was talk about this from Dashy, for example. There was a clip from a stream last night when Dashy was playing up against Parasite and co. And the Optic guys are effectively saying, yeah, Parasite's using this glitch. And Dashy does a pretty clever maneuver really here by baiting the bomb defuse so that Parasite knows that he's defusing it using the glitch, and then can use that to then take him out and win the gunfight in a pretty disgusting way. So kind of interesting how, yes, this glitch is probably being abused by a lot of people. And as I said, like, how can you really avoid abusing it once you know about it? But Parasite apparently was one of the guys using it. And Dashy uses some pretty nice maneuvering to take Parasite down as a result.
Planning on me.
I got you.
I go into the base.
Oh, I died from our middle. He's pitching our middle. He's last guy our fire building. Yeah,
he's going deep. He's going really deep. No, hop it.
Okay.
No, never mind. He's middle on me. Good. You can watch cross. You can watch his cross.
Oh my God, bro.
On me. One shot. Bottom building. He might quick chow. He's just doing the glitch. You gotta hop in and try gunning him like a couple seconds. Right, yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude,
Oh my God, I was losing so much. Fold that round, bro.
So one of the other big questions, of course, are these destructible environments, as Deserto points out right here on Decoy. You've got all these, you know, walls and stuff that can get blown up and fall down and this type of stuff. And it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, I don't really know about this. Is it Rainbow Six or is it Call of Duty? These type of questions. It's I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to get used to it. But RC says in reply, that's like saying turn off jetpacks in a jetpack game. This game is built different. Now, of course, well, RC's, I don't really know if he's just trolling it. Probably is trolling to some degree. But at the same time, maybe the FaZe guys are kind of down for this, right? Like, okay, jetpacks in a jetpack game, you don't want to remove them in the same way that walls and doors and destructibles in this game, you want to keep them in. That's just what makes the game how the game is. And to be fair, this is probably partly implied by the fact that Arcitys has Cellium on his team, and as I mean, you know that Cellium is going to be so good with all these angles and spots and like wallbang spots and all this type of stuff. Cellium is probably in a private match right now figuring some of this stuff out. Now, you know, Arcitys maybe knowing that decides, okay, maybe we'll just keep the game as it is with all these destructibles enabled, because that probably gives FaZe
Back behind bar and one near A.
Enemies got the bomb.
They just picked up the bomb on the kid you killed.
Okay, so the bomb is definitely at A.
Planning dead.
Good job. Stay alive.
They could only come through that back door where you just killed someone.
On the stairs.
Aw, damn it, he killed me, man. I didn't even see him.
Nice.
Last guy's low with an AR.
Bombs down on A.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
I just used my dirty.